This is day 4 of launch week. This is TransferThought 1.0. Monday, we went over, we launched it. It's live. We also released a new set of documentation so anyone can pick this up and get started. Day 2 was our asset mega bundle. We've preloaded the system with ready-made assets, avatars, 360 environments, sound effects, so you can start creating VR scenarios without getting your own assets. Day 3 was the simulation sandbox. This is where we focused on events and actions and how you can start creating non-linear experiences where a trainee can kind of explore rather than just walking through a procedure. And today, we're going to go over our content quick starts, which, if you're seeing a theme through all these, we're trying to make it so it's as easy for anyone to get started and make valuable training content easily. And going along with this theme, we have transferthought.com/discover, and we've created sets of baseline training that you can jump into. For example, a fire extinguisher training. And on all of these trainings, there is and also on the Discover page is a remix button. If you click this remix button, it will clone or copy this training scenario into your TransferThought account, which you can sign up for free. And you can adjust any of the copy, the narration that occurs in it. This coach down here can be changed to your company logo or a trainer at your facility. But today we'll look at some of these, and all of the ones that we look at, you'll be able to copy and kind of start from there rather than starting from scratch.
Okay.
I guess another thing I can point out here is, for example, this one takes place. Let me just mute this for a second. We're kind of placed in this hallway. This was a photo we took at Northern Illinois University. With any of these content quick starts, you could also just change the environment. So we could have the same fire extinguisher simulation, but in your facility by just replacing the environment and potentially moving the fire and fire extinguisher to appropriate locations. So in this scenario, we kind of go through a full risk assessment. There's some knowledge checks to make sure you understand how to assess the risk. Is this a fire we should put out or not? What class of fire it is? And as we work through all these, we get to the actual simulation part of it, where we grab the fire extinguisher and we have to work through the pass protocol to put out the fire. So in this situation, I might have skipped here, but we have to pull the pin, and then next is aiming at the base of the fire.
Squeeze the lever. Click on the fire extinguisher lever to squeeze it.
Then we'll squeeze the lever. And finally sweep from side to side to put out the fire. So that's one of the quick starts that you can copy and start from and modify as you want. Another one we always like to show is blind spots training for heavy equipment. And so this would be one where you could copy this and switch it to a different piece of equipment. We have different pieces of heavy equipment in our asset library. And so
Welcome.
In this scenario,
Today
we
are going to
are placed in
examine
the
block
driver's seat of this. Now I can't remember what type of a piece of equipment this one is. Oh, a heavy loader. And it kind of prompts us, look around, what can you see, check your mirrors. And these massive pieces of equipment, there are massive blind spots. And so when we jump outside, we can take a look around and we start seeing, oh, we couldn't really see this truck or this other piece of heavy equipment that was right behind us. And when we get to the ground, it becomes even more obvious that, okay, there was a person here, but even a truck parked directly in front of us. If we go walk in front of the truck, then we can see, okay, from here, we can't see the driver, so they can't see us. And so this is a helpful piece of training for not just operators, but also anyone working around these heavy pieces of equipment, so they can have empathy for what that driver can see. This is a good one to look at because we are any scene you make in transfer thought, as well as all these content quick starts, you would be able to we're viewing it in laptop mode today, but it would also work on a smartphone. Can be launched through a QR code, or it's also compatible on every VR headset. So you would just click down here, there's 3 dots, press launch in VR, and it would open it in immersive mode on a VR headset. Just to get a picture of what that looks like, I can pull in a recording we have. This is viewing it in the headset. This was in the Meta Quest 2. So the same scenario, but opened in the headset. In this situation, now you have hands. And whenever I watch these, it's kind of funny because it kind of looks like it's a recording of someone with a GoPro on their helmet. But this is just what it looks like if you were viewing it in the headset. Let's see. So another popular content quick start here is our forklift pre-inspection. This one, what you could do with this one is, we have a specific model of forklift here, but you could replace these photos to focus on the specific model or type or class of forklift that you have at your workplace. And most of the structure of the training is there for a pre-inspection. So in this training, we kind of take a full walk, a 360 walk around the forklift, inspecting the different elements of it. And there's going to be, from forklift to forklift, there's going to be tweaks to the training that you might need to make, but this gets a lot of it there for you, so you can just make small tweaks to it. If I just jump into it, let's see. For example, in this training, we'll take a look at all the tires on the forklift. There's a lot to go through on the pre-inspection. So in this case, it prompts us to kind of inspect, go through the beats of the pre-inspection, of, okay, we need to look at each tire. You can get those zoom in, those image overlays, those zoomed in photos are also another area where you could customize it. If you wanted to just build off of this, you could be replacing these specific photos. Maybe if you wanted to change the context of it where there was a major problem with one of these tires and you want them to spot that. I guess going back to the fire extinguisher one, you could copy the fire extinguisher training. And in that context, we had done a risk assessment where this is a fire we want to put out. If you copied that training, you could make a small tweak to it where, hey, this fire is way too big. The correct answer is not to grab the fire extinguisher, it's to go to the exit immediately. So I think that's a lot of the content quick starts. But to scroll up a little bit on this transferthought.com/discover page, we've also created some more abstract kind of hello world scenarios. So you can experiment with some of the newer features. For example, we have this look and find, which would be if you wanted to make a scenario where there's several things, several problems or hazards, or kind of like an Easter egg hunt where you want people to look and find everything in an environment, and they can kind of find them in whatever order they want. So in this example,
Welcome to the Transfer Thought Look and Find. Take a look around. Can you find all 4 hazards?
in this example, we're in kind of like a food service environment, and we need to find the food safety hazards here. So you can kind of go through it, and when you click on them, I don't know if you guys are able to hear that sound over Zoom, but it makes a little beep to say that you got it, and then the hazards disappear as you click them. So this would be another one of those quick starts where you could copy this, remix this, and then change the environment to something like a construction environment and potentially create a slips, trips, and falls training where you have to spot all the slips, trips, and falls. And this just gives you the structure to build off of. Let's take another look here. So we also have avatars in here. This is one of the new features that we announced during this week. Oh, that link might be broken. We'll have to fix that. VR PowerPoint is one of the samples we had in here. This is kind of like an easy win, I think. There's a lot more you can do with Transfer Thought than making a VR PowerPoint, but this is an easy way to upgrade your content. You can pull in slides from an existing PowerPoint and put them in this VR environment where someone could view it on a headset and also have this spatial sense, and it comes with built-in text to speech to narrate it. So it becomes more of a guided PowerPoint that you can deliver to somebody.
Thank you for joining us on day 4, Content Quick Start and Remix.